Hello, this is Aparna Patil. Welcome to the screencast for DevOps Homework 1B. I'm cloning the homework repository now by putting the credentials for GitHub, then changing the directory to the clone repository. I will create VM by vagrant init command. This will create the vagrant file. I need to edit this vagrant file to replace the IP of the VM. This is the line to replace the IP. And I'll be providing 1 GB of memory to the VM. Save this file and run vagrant up. This will start the VM with provided configurations. Usually it takes few seconds to start the VM. We will wait until it's started. The VM is up now. I will use ssh config command to check the path of private key. I will create the directory called keys, in which we'll be creating jenkins.key file to copy the contents of private key. I'll copy the path and I will cat the contents of this path to jenkins.key. This key file is used in the inventory to connect to the VM through Ansible. The contents are copied and I'm changing the permission to the key file. Now I'll run the configure server playbook to install and configure Jenkins server automatically on the VM. Run the playbook configure underscore server.yml using the inventory file. The playbook is executing now. The first few tasks install necessary runtime packages required to set up the Jenkins successfully. The packages like Python, then PyCurl, Java are required, which are now getting installed. Java 8 is getting installed by downloading the repository. This usually takes few seconds. It is done. We are accepted the license. Now we are updating the apt package cache. Now the Java 8 is getting installed. This will take few seconds. Once the Java is installed, we will ensure that all the environment variables are set up properly. The installation is finished. We're ensuring the environment variables are good. Yes. The state is okay. Now we are installing the Jenkins by downloading the repository. There are certain dependencies like Maven, Tomcat, which are required to set up the build environment. They are getting installed now. This will take time because multiple dependencies are getting installed. As you can see, the dependencies are installed. We are getting the Jenkins key now. We are updating the apt package to install Jenkins successfully. Jenkins is getting installed. Now we need to configure Jenkins, that is changing the port on which Jenkins runs usually. Once this is done, we'll restart the Jenkins, and now we are waiting for Jenkins server to be up. We have changed the Jenkins port to 800. It is done. Then next configuration is to disable user security. We have removed some lines from config.xml, and we have restarted the Jenkins again. And again we are waiting on port 8000 for the port to start listening again. We are downloading the Jenkins CLI jar file because we'll be using Jenkins CLI API to create the job. Now we are installing Jenkins plugin, which are required to build the job. The plugins are installed and the Jenkins is restarted for the plugin to get effective. We'll wait while Jenkins is starting. We are copying the job config file and we are waiting for Jenkins web API to be available so that we can create the job using jar command. Now we are creating the job. The job is created successfully and we are waiting for the job to be created successfully and the port 8000 to be available again. Now we are building the job. This will take few seconds and the output of the console will be printed on the screen. We can see the build job status here. We have registered the output and printed it on console. We can see build success message. We can verify the same by going to the UI of Jenkins. As we can see, the job is created and built successfully. Thank you for watching this demo.